there will come a point in time where you will have to face your analysis and run with conviction, because at the end of the day, when things are running up, when things are going up, when things are bullish, when things are breaking out also, then it's higher. For those who want to take advantage of prices when it's lower and want to get larger upsides and want to wait and want to stack while everyone's scared, then certain predictions, when people say, oh, it's gonna go this low, ignore them. Hey guys, so here's what's interesting. There's so much doom and gloom predictions, and people have been predicting recessions, depressions. People have been saying that this would be even worse than what we saw in 2008. People have been predicting that this is like into the 1920s or even inflationary periods that we have not seen in over 50 years, and this could be something that's very, very bad also for the market. There's merit to that. We're not yet out of the woods in terms of how the economy is. How the economy is also determines sentiment, and how sentiment is also determines how people deploy their capital, meaning when everything's scary, people don't want to go risk on. They'll park their money into cash. They'll put it into more stable assets, or they'll put it into fixed income because they know that, okay, as long as this government does not default, I get this amount of money and it's still better than inflation, or in a way it will give me a better return than a declining asset that we're currently seeing in the market. So when things are scary, when sentiment is not as good, you could expect inflows also to assets that are relatively safe, relatively predictable. If you hodl, you may get a sense of earnings. You're seeing so many people make predictions that it's gonna crash massively, this is the end, this is a global reset, we're headed towards a great reset, Bitcoin will drop below 10,000. I believe some of those have merit. When people are thinking that it would go to a certain low, I become wary about that, because when everyone is thinking that it would go this low, it normally doesn't. I'll give you an example. Last year, everyone was trying to say Bitcoin will hit 100,000 at the end of the year, or people were actually saying that it could hit 130,000 at the end of the year. When everyone's expecting a price point to be hit, it doesn't get hit because you have to remember this, that people who are investing are in it to make money. And when everyone is expecting it to go at a certain point, there will be people who want to sell early. And when there are people who want to sell early, the mindset is everyone wants to go ahead of the other. When everyone wants to go ahead of the others, the same economics, more sellers bring the prices down. Now that being said, that also works also on the flip side. When everyone's waiting for a massive drop again, that's when it doesn't happen. That's when people start also buying. That's why I'm not a big fan of predictions, regardless if it's in the stock market or in the crypto market. And some people have been saying that technical analysis doesn't work. No, it does, because it tells you direction. You may not be able to spot it perfectly on how it goes on a minute per minute basis or how it would go on a daily basis, but the trend does not lie. You could actually see how it goes from a trend perspective and take it from there. So right now, while we're making this video, it's very, very true that there's still a potential for decline, primarily because from a trend perspective, Philippine and US stock markets and also the crypto market, we're still in a downtrend. That's very, very evident. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to be able to analyze that. And there's still no indication that it will reverse. There's still no indication also that it's shifting, it's moving, and it's starting to go up. We're not yet there. And I mentioned about, look at inflation, look at the Fed first before things actually change in terms of sentiment, and that will cause people to buy. But we have not crossed that line yet. So from a trend perspective also, for those who want to just be strictly following the charts, then maybe this may not be the best time to come in. There's a chance also that whatever predictions that it could go lower is there and has merit, because we have not fully reversed yet. However, when people actually say that it could possibly go down to this level, that's when I start also to stack. That's when I also start to build a base, because I believe that no matter how much models are out there, no one has a crystal ball. Because if people just had crystal balls on how it would be, or there's a perfect strategy, a perfect model on how it could be done, then you'll see more billionaires. You'll see more people even taking leverage to be able to go about it if they have a great sense that it will go that way. But it doesn't work that way. That's not how investing is. That's why what's so important is you follow what your conviction is. And if you believe that a reversal will happen, there will have to be a point in time also that you stack. You may not get it exactly at the perfect bottom. Everyone's trying to brag that they got it at the lowest point, that they got this much percentage in the upside, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is at certain points, you put already what prices you want to buy. At certain points, you already put buy levels, regardless if your strategy is certain support levels, or if it's valuations, or it's PE ratio, or it's following the trend. Regardless of what it is, there will come a point in time where you will have to face your analysis and run with conviction. Because at the end of the day, when things are running up, when things are going up, when things are bullish, when things are breaking out also, then it's higher. For those who want to take advantage of prices when it's lower and want to get larger upsides and want to wait and want to stack while everyone's scared, then certain predictions, when people say, oh, it's gonna go this low, ignore them. It's so important to listen to data. It's equally as important also that you do the analysis on your own. It will tell you specific areas when you're supposed to buy, and you're not as reliant on, I have to stand up. Little Satoshi's about to cry. So, alam nyo naman, wait lang.
Bomb has been defused.
There will be specific areas where you will have to buy and follow your conviction. So, to answer the question, do I think those prophecies, those predictions on how low the market will go will actually happen? The answer is, I don't. But I'm not discounting the fact also that right at this very moment, while we're recording, we still have not reversed and we're still in a downtrend, and there's still a lot of uncertainty happening in the markets. But for me, that's why I said this in the video before this, that I'm following my plan and I'm not scared. If I lose, what's more important for me is that I followed my conviction, I followed my plan, and if it doesn't work, I could retune that, refine that for the next possible trade. I could retune that and refine that for another setting where it would actually work for me. Key lesson that I want to tell you, don't follow predictions. Learn to analyze it on your own. Learn to study technicals. Learn to study fundamentals. Build your conviction, then execute. If you want to know more about that, we have seminars down below for technical analysis, fundamental analysis. I've written books about it. And if you stayed up until this point, up until the end, appreciate it if you could like, share, subscribe, and smash the bell so you get updated with more videos like this. More videos with me, walking, Little Satoshi. So, that's it for now. Marvin Gurmo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.